अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? आई होप आप सब लोग बिल्कुल ठीक है। वेलकम टू वीडियो बाय अतिया शोर। इस वीडियो में हम लोग इंग्लिश के क्विज़ की तैयारी करेंगे, ठीक है। सबसे पहले तो मैंने उसके सिलेबस कवर हुआ हुआ है, 5 चैप्टर से आ रहे हैं क्विज़, ठीक है। सिलेबस कवर हुआ है। उसके अलावा वीडियोस मतलब मैंने की हुई है, सिलेबस सारा का सारा मैंने पढ़ा हुआ है। उसके अलावा मैंने यहाँ तक उसके अलावा आप लोगों ने अगर वो वीडियोस देखनी है तो जाकर के देख सकते हैं मेरे चैनल पर, ठीक है। उसके अलावा हम लोग इस वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे और थोड़ा रीडिंग करेंगे जैसे कि हम क्विज़ के लिए करते हैं, ठीक है। तो करते हैं। फर्स्ट लेसन हमारा जो है ना वो ये है, तो यहाँ से पढ़ना स्टार्ट करते हैं। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। लेसन नंबर 1, कम्युनिकेशन। आउटलाइन व्हाई वी स्टडी बिजनेस कम्युनिकेशन, व्हाट इज़ कम्युनिकेशन, इम्पोर्टेंस, advantages of communication in your career, communication in global market, communication at workplace. Why we study business communication? You may say that communication is important, you spend a lot of time doing it and you're pretty good at communicating. After all, you talk to people, write notes and read books and get along with other people, which makes you informed already. Why should you study communication? The apparent simplicity of communication is deceptive. Just because we all communicate every day does not make us good communicators. Just because some aspects of effective communication are based on common sense, it does not mean common sense alone is enough. Skilled communications draw an extensive and complex body of knowledge, including semantics. Semantics is the study of word choice according to their meanings. Linguistic, the study of language. Rhetoric, the study of writing and speaking effectively. Psychology, sociology, graphic design, and even computer science. You will explore and apply the scholarship and research from all of these fields in your study of communication. Why then, you may well ask, finally, study business communication specifically. Communication is a communication. I have taken plenty of English courses and communicated in every one of my other courses. Good communication does in fact cross disciplines. Correct grammar and audible speaking, for example, are as necessary in a geography class as they are in a business communication class. There are, however, at least 5 ways in which what you will learn that how this course differs from what you have learned or will learn in your other classes. First, the subject matter is different. Here you will get a chance to practice communicating with concepts and techniques from areas such as accounting, finance and marketing. Secondly, the forms are also different. You will, for example, practice writing memos, letters and business reports, not just term papers, exams and essays. Thirdly, in this class you will have business you will have a chance to practice your oral presentation skills, which according to various studies you will probably be using extensively in the business world. Fourthly, you may learn a slightly different style. In general, business communication is more objective, systematic and concise than creative or personal communication. Finally, perhaps the most important difference is that you will learn to persuade people to accomplish your desired results. What is communication? I have been discussing how important communication will be for your success in business. concise than creative or personal communication. Finally, perhaps the most important difference is that you will learn to persuade people to accomplish your desired results. What is communication? I have been discussing how important communication will be for you for your success in business. What you might be asked, what does the term communication mean? It is certainly hard to define because it has come to mean practically anything. Definition of communication. The word communication means the act or process of giving or exchanging of information, signals or messages as by talk, gestures or writing. Technically speaking, in the act of communication, we make opinions, feelings, information, etc., known or understood by others through speech, writing, or bodily movement. Why do we communicate? The purpose of Why do we communicate? The purpose of any given communication may be to initiate some action, to impart information, ideas, or attitudes, beliefs, or feelings, to establish, acknowledge, or maintain links or relations with other people. Initiating action. Initiating action may be achieved by two basic categories of communication. Expressing needs and requirements. This can range from a baby's cry or even the beep of an alarm clock to an adult's more precious expression of needs and wants. In a business organization, it would include briefings, instructions, and procedures manuals. This will only be effective where the other person is willing to satisfy the need. Persuading and motivating others. It means to carry out the desired course of action. In other words, giving them a reason other than one's own want or need to perform the action. Persuasion of this kind is likely to be a major element in marketing and sales. A sales reply can not simply ask a customer to buy the product because the sale rep needs success. She must show that there are benefits to the consumer which will make the purchase worthwhile. Imparting information, ideas, attitudes, beliefs, and feelings may have any number of specific purposes: creating awareness, creating understanding, persuading others, influencing others. Information gathering is a constant activity of human beings. We receive a great deal of data and information in our daily lives, only some of which we seek or consciously absorb. Think about these news bulletins, books, bank statements, business information, gossip, things people tell you, things you ask them. This list is endless. Remember that the other people may be seeking information in the messages you send and in the tone of your voice and other indications of what is between the lines. This information may or may not be something you wish to communicate. You need to be aware of it before your listener or reader. सही. उसके बाद में हमारे पास है establishing relations. Acknowledging and maintaining relations with other people are vital functions of communication. Importance. Communicating effectively in speaking and writing is useful in all areas of business, such as management, technical, clerical, and social positions as we have just seen. ठीक है. हाँ जी, पीछे इन्होंने अभी बताया ना, काफ़ी सारे एरियाज में हम कम्युनिकेशन किस तरह से यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सही. उसके बाद आगे चलते हैं. द एबिलिटी टू कम्युनिकेट वेल has always given advantages to those who possess it. Communication has a rich history. The ancient world, both the East and the West, depend on oral communication. In ancient Greece and Rome, it was necessary to communicate when dealing with matters in assemblies and the courts. During the medieval and Renaissance periods, the oral tradition progressed as writing became more important as a permanent record of communication. Authors and books on written communication principles appeared. So we can say that some of the today's principles of writing are mixture of ancient oral and written traditions. Advantages of communication in your career. Your success in your career is based on your ability to do well both in written and oral communication. This ability to communicate effectively is a valuable asset for you. If your career requires mainly mental rather than manual labor, your progress will depend on how effectively you communicate your ideas to others who need or should receive them. Strong communication skills are required in every job description listed by companies advertising positions. Communication is a primary responsibility in many careers such as customer relations, labor relations, marketing personnel, public relations, sales and teaching. Communication is also required in government and non-profit organizations. Communication skills play a major role at every level, even if your work is mainly with figures, as in the accounting profession. The ability to communicate to those who read your financial reports is necessary. A quality for promotion. As an executive, you must have the ability to communicate if you want promotion. Those who cannot communicate effectively in either oral or written communication remain in the same positions. Many surveys have borne out the idea that effective communication is essential for success and promotion in every field. Communication and global market. The way you communicate both within and outside your own country affects everything you do. Moreover, your ability to speak and write effectively will also make a difference to your organization. These qualities will help you to be successful in dealing with international business people. Always remember that to the customer you are the company. Your dealing with customers, clients and the public reflect the company you represent. Important communications can make a difference to your company because each message communicates the essential quality and culture of your company and can either build goodwill or destroy it. उसके बाद है जनाब messages written to international customers and other business contacts are sensitive to the readers. Your goodwill as well as your organization is at stake. So be very careful while communicating with international people. The ability to communicate effectively with others is repeatedly named as a top quality of a successful business person. You as a business person may be very intelligent, but if you can't get your message across to the other, you will be thought of as less intelligent than you are, because ideas are common but the ability to clearly communicate ideas to others is rare. If you are a better communicator, customer and business associates form better impression if you and your organization. This impression is based solely upon your ability to communicate both oral and written messages. Effective business message builds or retains goodwill, which is a priceless commodity, because the exchange of written communication is vital to a businessman for promoting goodwill. The art of producing effective correspondence will help ensure your success in business. So your ability to communicate is in fact your trademark. The memos, letters and reports you write demonstrate your ability or lack of ability to communicate. Presenting yourself through your communication will project a favorable image as well as promote successful business both internally and externally. Besides, as a businessman, you are required to run the working of your organization smoothly, because you are to clearly transfer your objectives, policies, method of working, etc. to the people working with you at different levels. So this ability to communicate is very crucial for business managerial functions. As a businessman, you will regularly plan, design and control affairs to maximize your production and minimize your cost. Your ability to communicate effectively is going to help you from the brainstorming step to implementing the objectives that you chalk out for the promotion of your business. Another factor
recording करत बात
Another factor that is important to achieve the desired objective is decision making. Another factor that is important to achieve the desired objective is decision making. Here again, ability to communicate both thoroughly and is
अभी 6% चार्जिंग है।
Another factor that is important to achieve the desired objective is decision making. Here again, ability to communicate both orally and in written helps you make the most of yourself and your organization. Above all, your ability to communicate helps you in understanding human relationships. Being an effective communicator, you can interact effectively and positively with others. This situation results in an open climate of communication within organization as well as outside it. So communication is of paramount importance to be successful in the business, developing the right attitude. To the customer, you are the company. Your attitude when dealing with customers, clients, and the public reflect on the company you represent. Your attitude will reflect your country and your culture. Each message communicates the essential quality and culture of your company and can either build goodwill or destroy it. Doing an honest job enthusiastically and competently helps both the doer and the receiver. Answering even routine inquiries should and can be an interesting challenge. Preparing adequately, most of the people can learn to communicate effectively for business if they are willing to devote whatever effort is necessary to prepare them adequately. In addition to proper goodwill building attitude, the following qualities are desirable: careful sound judgment when choosing ideas and facts for each message, patience and understanding even with unjustly insulting persons, integrity backed up by a valid code of ethics, reasonable facility with the English language, applied knowledge of the communication process and principles and of successful methods for sending and receiving messages, knowledge of the cultural conventions of your audience, cultural diversity at work. Today's workplace is increasingly diverse in age, gender, and national origin. Diversity has brought problems to organization, but it has also brought strengths. The changing demographics have contributed to change in management styles, making effective communication central to success in carrying out the organization's business. Advance in technology, the internet, voicemail, faxes, papers, and other wireless devices have revolutionized the way people communicate. Such technological advances are new and better tools to the workplace, but also increase the speed, frequency, and reach of communication. People from opposite ends of the world can work together effectively 24 hours a day. Moreover, advancement in the technology makes it possible for more and more people to work away from the office in cars, airports, hotels, and at home. So it is easier to understand why communication is so important. अब हम चलते हैं जनाब आगे. हमारे आगे लेसन नंबर 2, फ्लो ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. आउटलाइन में है फ्लो ऑफ इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन, फॉर्मल इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन, इनफॉर्मल इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन, direction of flow within the organization, external communication, various aspects of formal external communication, informal external communication, ways of external communication. So, an organization is a group of people associated for business, political, professional, religious, social, or other purposes. Its activities require human beings to interact and react. That is to communicate. They exchange information, ideas, plans, and order needed supplies. Order needed supplies and make decisions, rules, proposals, contracts, and agreements. All these activities require to one skill, that is communication. So we can say that communication is the lifeline of every organization. सही हो गया. An exchange of information within an organization is called internal communication. It takes place at different levels, downwards, upwards, and horizontal. To exchange information within and outside the organization, we use variety of formal and informal forms of communication that carry the flow of information. Flow of internal communication. Planned communication, memos, letters, report, email, and faxes that follow. ठीक है. उसके बाद में कैजुअल कम्युनिकेशन अमंग एम्प्लॉय, ईमेल, फेस टू फेस कन्वर्सेशन, ठीक है। ये हो गई फ्लो ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन में इंटरनल इंफॉर्मेशन, ठीक है। उसके बाद इंटरनल इंफॉर्मेशन में है द फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क। द फॉर्मल फ्लो ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन फॉलोज द ऑफिशियल चेन ऑफ कमांड। फॉलोइंग इज द टेबल टू हेल्प अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस ऑफिशियल चेन ऑफ कमांड। डायरेक्शन ऑफ द डाउनवर्ड फ्लो विद इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फ्लो। अच्छा, इसको जरा जूम कर लेते हैं। कुछ नजर आ रहा है। प्रेसिडेंट, उसके नीचे है वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, फिर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट मार्केटिंग, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट तो सेल्स, मतलब वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स अलग अलग है, अलग अलग चीज़ों के प्रोडक्शन, मार्केटिंग, सेल्स, फाइनेंस, ह्यूमन, ठीक है। उसके बाद वाइस प्रेसिडेंट सेल्स के अंदर सेल्स मैनेजर, सेल्स मैनेजर, सेल्स मैनेजर, सेल्स मैनेजर, ठीक है। उसके बाद इसके अंदर सेल्स मैनेजर के भी नीचे कुछ लोग काम कर रहे हैं। डायरेक्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 मैनेजर, 2, 3 मैनेजर, ठीक है। उसके बाद जो है वो इसके नीचे सेल्स रेपुटेशन, सेल्स रेप, इनके नीचे भी ये लोग काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। सबसे पहले प्रेसिडेंट है, उसके नीचे इतने लोग काम कर रहे हैं, उसमें से हर एक के नीचे इतने लोग काम कर रहे हैं, उसमें से भी एक हर एक के नीचे इतने लोग काम कर रहे हैं, और उसमें भी हर एक के नीचे इतना सब कुछ काम कर रहे हैं, इतना सब लोग, डिपार्टमेंट्स, सब लोग काम कर रहे हैं, आपस में कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं। ये एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इसकी इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन है, ओके। हाँ जी, तो ये हो गया हमारी इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन। उसके बाद ये देखिए अपवर्ड कम्युनिकेशन बाय एम्प्लॉयज़ टू मैनेजमेंट। ये अपवर्ड कम्युनिकेशन है एम्प्लॉयज़ से मैनेजमेंट की तरफ, जब एम्प्लॉयज़ अपने मैनेजमेंट को कांटेक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है। उसके बाद ये डाउनवर्ड कम्युनिकेशन है बाय टॉप मैनेजमेंट टू एम्प्लॉयज़, जब बॉस आकर खुद कम्युनिकेट करता है अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ से, ठीक है। ये डाउनवर्ड कम्युनिकेशन। हॉरिजॉन्टल कम्युनिकेशन फ्रॉम वन एम्प्लॉय टू एम्प्लॉय और डिपार्टमेंट टू अनदर। अब एक डिपार्टमेंट दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट से, जैसे ज़ूलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट माइक्रोबायोलॉजी के डिपार्टमेंट से बात करेगा तो वो हॉरिजॉन्टल कम्युनिकेशन हो जाएगी। जैसे एक एम्प्लॉय, अगर मैं और आप एक ही कंपनी में काम करते हैं, तो अगर मैं आपसे कम्युनिकेट करूँगी किसी भी सिलसिले में, तो वो हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के मुतालिक, अगर हम कोई भी बात करेंगे हमारी कंपनी के बारे में, तो वो हम कम्युनिकेट आपस में करेंगे, तो फिर वो क्या होगी, हमारी हॉरिजॉन्टल कम्युनिकेशन। सही हो गया, अच्छे से समझा के आगे चलते हैं। सही है, तो चलते हैं आगे। ये था इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन। उसके बाद ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डिसीजंस आर मेड एट टॉप लेवल एंड देन फ्लो डाउन टू द पीपल हु कैरी देम। व्हेन एम्प्लॉयज रिसीव appropriate downward communication from the management, they become motivated and more efficient. They need clear job directions, safety rules, facts about the organizational strategies, products and viewpoints on important controversial issues. They are also concerned about their benefits such as healthcare, promotions, pensions, trainings, etc. ठीक है। उसके बाद हमारे पास upward flow to solve problems and make intelligent decision. Managers periodic reports. Successful managers listen closely to the opinions, complaints, problems and suggestions, especially when these are clearly put forward. They went to know about the problem, emerging trends, etc. Horizontal flow takes place between peers in the organization in order to solve problems, perform job duties, prepare for meetings, and cooperate on important projects. So you can imagine that people spend time on listening to and marketing requests, writing notes and memos, and discussing and writing about projects, and they do it through communication. Informal internal communication. Every organization has an informal communication network, a grapevine that supplements official channel. It is an important source of information. It is casual conversation of an organization. ठीक है. उसके बाद है एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन दैट टेक्स प्लेस आउटसाइड द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कॉल्ड एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन. द राइट लेटर, proposal, report, telephone call or personal conversation can win back an angry customer, create a desire for a firm product or service, encourage collections, motivate performance, and in general create goodwill. सही है. तो उसके बाद में फ्लो ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन फॉर्मल planned communication with outsides, memos, letter, report. Informal, casual communication among customers, suppliers, investors, email, free faxes to face-to-face communication. हाँ, email और फिर face-to-face communication. Various aspects of external communication. ये external communication के aspects हैं. ठीक है. छोटी चीज़ों के लिए. ठीक है. और अपनी सेल्फ मेरे ख्याल है कि जब हम कांटेक्ट करते हैं कोई चाय वगैरह पीने के लिए, कैंटीन के लिए, ये हो सकती हैं सब्सिडरीज़ में. ठीक है. उसके बाद इसके अलावा ये कॉरपोरेशन जो है वो कांटेक्ट करती है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कांटेक्ट करेगी अपने एक्सटर्नल इन्वायरमेंट से. उसके अंदर इन्वॉल्व है यूनियंस से, प्रोफेशनल सर्विसेज जैसे कि ऑडिटर्स, लीगल एट्सेट्रा. ठीक है. उसके बाद सप्लायर्स, वेंडर्स. सही है. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, होलसेलर, फ्रेंचाइजेस, रिटेलर्स, एजेंट्स, लेजिस्लेचर्स, गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज, रेगुलेटर. ठीक है. उसके बाद ऑफिसेस. उसके बाद कोर्ट से रब्ता कर सकती है ये. फिर फॉरेन गवर्नमेंट्स एंड ऑफिसेस, द मीडिया, फिर मीडिया से भी रब्ता कर सकती है. और इसके अलावा ट्रेड एसोसिएशंस, कंपटीटर्स, अदर बिजनेस एंड इंडस्ट्रीज. सही हो गया. उसके बाद स्पेशल इंटरेस्ट ग्रुप, इससे भी रब्ता कर सकते हैं. जनरल पब्लिक, पोटेंशियल एम्प्लॉयज़, पोटेंशियल कस्टमर्स, पोटेंशियल स्टेक होल्डर, इन सबसे रब्ता कर सकते हैं. एम्प्लॉयमेंट एजेंसीज, इससे भी रब्ता कर सकते हैं. स्टेक होल्डर्स, इन्वेस्टर्स, लेंडर्स, इससे भी रब्ता कर सकती है. और कस्टमर क्लाइंट से भी रब्ता कर सकती है. डबल एरो इसलिए कि ये लोग भी वापस इसको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को जवाब तो देंगे ना, रब्ता कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. अब हम चलते हैं आगे. सही है. तो हमारे पास आ गया है इनफॉर्मल एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन. Although external communication is informal contacts message begins with an information source, the mind of the sender, writer or speaker, who encodes a message into words and sentences. The message is transmitted as a signal, marks on a paper or sound waves through a channel where it may be distorted by noise such as mushed typing or acoustical problems. As a last step, the receiver, listener or reader decodes the message. Looks at the following illustration of this theory. Look at the following illustration. यहाँ तक बात खत्म होगी मैसेज तक. अब यहाँ पर illustration की बात हो रही है. ये वाली illustration है, ठीक है. Communicator as sender, message, audience as receiver, ठीक है. उसके बाद हमारे पास the electronic theory is helpful because it introduces the ideas of senders and receivers and of possible interference. It emphasizes one important aspect of communication: accuracy. Its usefulness is limited. People are not machines. It may be possible to design perfectly inaccurate electronic communication system, but not a human one. Emphasis on accuracy ignores many other important dimensions of the situation in which we communicate. One may express an idea very accurately, but other may think he does not have the right to talk. So we need to understand other theories too. Social environment theory, ठीक है. चलते हैं इस आगे. Social environment theory is of the social and behavioral scientist. Is of the social and behavioral scientist. It says that we must consider the situation, the social context in which we will work. When we work and communicate together, we all participate in a social situation. Within that situation, each agrees to assume certain roles such as compromiser, initiator, or encourager based on our part in the activity. We each have a certain status prescribed officially, such as our job title. We need to understand the rules or the culture of the environment in order to communicate both the official rules such as company policies and practices and those unwritten rules regarding to whom, how and when and for how long it is appropriate for us to communicate within a certain organization. Look at the following illustration of this theory. Communicator as sender, message, audience as receiver within a certain environment. ये सारा का सारा हो रहा है एक certain environment में, ठीक है. The social environment theory is helpful because it adds the important dimension of the specific social situation. Too often inexperienced business people neglect to take into account role, status and rules when they communicate. A nicely tailored message may still fail to achieve its objective if you write the wrong person at the wrong time, ठीक है. Rhetorical theory. Third set of theories add more dimension. Third set of theories add more dimensions to our understanding of the communication process. Communication is not linear but circular, not just sending message to be received but producing a response, not static but dynamic. Rhetorical theories provide an important addition to a communication model for a business communication. Many people in business get so much absorbed in the accuracy of their message and appropriateness of the situation that they forget the third crucial variable, producing the desired response from their audience. The importance of the response business communication is illustrated in the following figures, which incorporates the ideas of accuracy from the collective theory and situation from the social environment identify your audience needs in order to become a better communicator. ठीक है, ओके, चलो चलते हैं अपने लेसन नंबर 4 की तरफ. आउटलाइन है हमारे पास. पहले इसका नाम है द प्रोसेस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन एंड मिस कम्युनिकेशन. आउटलाइन कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, सेंडर और इनकोडर, मैसेज, मीडियम और चैनल, ओरल कम्युनिकेशन, रिटन कम्युनिकेशन, रिसीवर और डिकोडर और फीडबैक. Communication is the process of sending and receiving verbal and non-verbal messages. Communication is considered effective when it achieves the desired reaction or response from the receiver. Communication is a two-way process of exchanging ideas and information. The process of communication has 6 components: sender or encoder, message, medium, receiver or decoder, and feedback. Context. Every message, whether oral or written, begins with context. Context is a broad field that includes country, culture, organization, external and internal stimuli. Internal stimuli have effect on how you translate ideas into a message. Your attitudes, opinions, emotions, past experiences, likes and dislikes, education, job status and confidence, and your communication skills all influence the way you communicate your ideas. Especially important is your ability to analyze your receiver's culture, viewpoints, needs, skills, status, mental ability, experience and expectation. You must consider all these aspects of context in order to communicate a message effectively. Sender or encoder. While sending a message, you are the encoder, the writer or speaker. Depending on whether your message is written or oral, you choose symbols, words, graphic pictures that express your message so that the receivers will understand and react as your desire. You decide which symbol best convey your message and which message channel will be the most effective among the oral and written media. Letter, memo, telephone, etc. Message. The message is the main idea that you wish to communicate. It is of both verbal, written or spoken. Symbols and non-verbal, unspoken symbols. First decide exactly what your message is. Also consider the receiver of your message. You must also consider your context and your receivers as well. How will your receiver interpret your message and how it may affect your relationship. Medium or channel. It means the way to be used to send your message. You can choose electronic mail, the printed word or sound, etc. The choice of medium is affected by the relationship between the sender and the receiver. The urgency of a message can also be a factor in whether to use the written or spoken medium. You may also consider factors such as importance, number of receivers, cost, and amount of information. You must also consider which medium is preferred in the receiver's culture. Based on research, the following are some of the characteristics found in oral and written communication. Oral communication. The oral communication brings back immediate feedback. It has a conversational nature with shorter words and sentences. It stresses on interpersonal relations. This medium needs less technical details. Its sentence structures are simple. Written communication. This medium is more formal with focus on contents. It can convey any amount of technical information. It is best for permanent record. This medium uses longer words and longer sentences. It brings delayed feedback. आगे चलते हैं. The internal communication consists of sending messages inside your organization, while external communication consists of sending messages outside your organization. For internal communication, written media may be memos, reports, bulletins, job descriptions, posters, notes, employees, manuals, electronic bulletin boards, even internal faxes. Oral communication may take the form of staff meeting, reports, face-to-face discussions, presentations, audio tapes, telephone chats, teleconferences और वीडियो टेप्स. ठीक है. उसके बाद एक्सटर्नल रिटन कम्युनिकेशन मीडिया में भी लेटर्स, रिपोर्ट्स, टेलीग्राम्स, केबलग्राम्स, attitudes, etc. centers credibility. People in the world are not exactly alike. Cultures or countries are not the same. These differences, however, can cause problems in conveying your meanings. Each person's mind is different from others. As a result, message senders' meanings and the receiver's response are affected by many factors such as the following: semantic barriers, convention of meaning, physical barrier, psychological barrier, emotional barrier, perceptual barrier, barriers involving values, attitudes, etc. Semantic barriers, convention of meaning. A basic principle of communication is that the symbols the sender uses to communicate messages must have the same meaning in both the sender's and receiver's minds. You can never be sure that the message in your mind will be clearly sent to your receiver. The world is full with errors as a result of differences in semantic meaning. Understanding as a symbol is a sign for something that exists in reality. Thus, your name is really a symbol or a word which represents you. Only through common experience we learn in a connection made between the symbols and the word attached to you and the person you are in reality. Anyone with less common experience will not easily relate the symbol your name with you. Besides, there are problems in convention of meaning, so you must make yourself familiar with different types of meanings. Denotation. A denotation is usually the dictionary definition of a word. Denotative meanings name objects, people, or events without indicating positive or negative qualities. Such words are as car, desk, book, house, and water convey denotative meanings. The receiver has a similar understanding of the thing in which the word is used. Connotation. A connotation is an implication of a word or a suggestion separate from the usual definition. Some words have connotative meanings, that is qualitative judgment and personal reactions. The word man is denotative, father, prophet, brother are connotatives. ठीक है. Some words have positive connotations in some context and negative meanings in others. For example, slim girl and slim chances. ठीक है. उसके बाद हमारे पास है physical barriers. The communication does not consist of words alone. Another set of barriers is caused by your own physical appearance, your audience, or the context of the document or the presentation. Your ideas, however good and skillfully imparted, are at the mercy of various potential physical barriers. For writing, there is a whole barrage of possible physical blocks: jammed or jagged margins, fingerprints or smudges, unclear photocopies, unreadable word processor printout, water and coffee or tea spots, etc. For speaking, mumbling, not enunciating, speaking too quickly, noises become of hissing ventilation, blowing air conditioning, ringing telephones, slamming doors, etc. are different aspects of physical barriers. Psychological barriers. In this changing world, everyone has his own concept of reality. Also, human beings' sensory perceptions, touch, sight, hearing, smell, and taste are limited, and each person's mental filter is unique. In our daily interaction with others, we make various abstractions, inferences, and evaluations of the world around us. Emotional barriers. One possible physiological block is provides a special reality to each individual. As human beings, sensory perceptions, touch, sight, hearing, smell, taste are similar, and each person's mental filter is unique. We make various abstractions, inferences, and evaluations of the world around us, selecting some details and omitting others is a process called abstracting. On many occasions, abstracting is necessary. Differences in abstracting take place not only when persons describe events but also when they describe people and objects. However, you should be cautious about slanted statements. Slanting is unfair in factual reporting. When presenting some particular facts to include your own biased ideas into it, you make slanting statement. Try not to let personal preferences affect your factual reporting of information. Inferring conclusions made by reasoning from evidence are called inferences. We make assumptions and draw conclusions even though we are not able to verify the evidence immediately. Some inferences are both necessary and desirable, others are risky, even dangerous. Necessary inferences. सही हो गया. When we reach a foreign country, we are sure that we will be treated politely. When we post a letter, we infer that it will reach its destination. When we base our inferences on direct observation or on reasonable evidence, they are likely to be quite dependable. Conclusion we make about things we have not observed directly can often be untrue. As an intelligent communicator, we must realize that inferences may be incorrect or unreliable and anticipate the risk before acting on them. Be careful to distinguish clearly among verifiable facts and mere guesswork. Barriers involving values, attitudes. Both personality and attitude are complex cognitive process. The difference is that personality usually is thought of as the whole person, whereas attitude may be part of the personality. The term attitude describes people and explains their behavior more precisely. An attitude can be defined as a persistent tendency to feel and behave in a particular way towards some object. For example, Naeem does not like night shift, so his attitude is negative towards his work assignment. A receiver's attitude towards a message can determine whether it is accepted or rejected. The effectiveness is also influenced by the values, attitudes, and opinions of the communicators. The people react favorably when they receive agreeable message. Receivers' views of the information will affect their responses. This response could be what the senders desire or just the opposite. Occasionally, people react according to their attitudes toward a situation rather than to the facts. Closed mind. Some people hold rigid views on certain subjects. They maintain their rigid views regardless of the circumstances. Such a closed-minded person is very difficult to communicate to. Sender's credibility. Credibility of the sender is important in getting a favorable reaction. Often people react more according to their attitude towards the source of information than to the information itself. An effective communication builds credibility by writing and speaking in a fair and just manner, and by considering receiver's point of view. Other circumstances such as environmental stress, personal problems, and sensitivity affect attitudes, opinions, and responses. So friends, इसको रीड करके तो सारा का सारा जो सारे 5 चैप्टर थे वो बिल्कुल न्यू हो गए जहन में, रिवाइज हो गए. आप लोग भी इसी तरह से रिवाइज कर लें, ठीक है. कर सकते हैं, तो नहीं तो फिर ये वीडियो आप सुन लेंगे तो आपको रिवाइज हो जाएगा, ठीक है. अब ठीक है, फिर यहाँ तक हमारा क्विज 1 का सिलेबस कंप्लीट होता है. 5 लेक्चर्स आ रहे हैं उसमें, ठीक है. फिर इसके बाद 2 स्टेप रह गए हमारे क्विज की प्रिपरेशन के, वो मैं करूँगी. उसके बाद अपना क्विज अटैम्प्ट कर लूँगी, ठीक ठीक है। सो ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू ऑल फॉर योर क्विज 1 ऑफ इंग्लिश CNG 301, ठीक है। आज इसकी लास्ट डेट है, तो जल्द से जल्द कर लें आप लोग भी, मैं भी कोशिश कर रही हूँ अपनी जल्द से जल्द क्विज करने की, ठीक है।